In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best obtainable center cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team. Let me know in the comment section down below what two centers are you guys currently rocking on your squad. And if you guys are wondering what I do mean by an obtainable center, this is going to be the top 10 best centers in this game that are actually obtainable for 99.9% of the player base. So there's not going to be, 100 overall Yao Ming or Invincible Victor Wembanyama or GOAT Kareem, right? These crazy expensive cards on this list. These are going to be the top 10 best centers that are under like 300k, maybe one's like 350 at the most, but most cards are going to be under 300,000 MT, and also including some free cards that you're able to grind for as of right now. So yes, Donovan Clingan would probably be in the top 10 spot for this list, but Donovan Clingan is not currently available and currently obtainable to get obviously right now in my team. So number 10 is going to be Galaxy Opal Roy Hibbert, probably the easily worst center on this list, but I think he can be good. 7'2" at the center position, 7'7" wingspan. His defense is insanely good. 98 block, 97 steal, 92 perimeter with a 98 interior defense. Really good Hall of Fame defensive badges, good finishing badges on the inside. I mean, this card has an insanely good player model. Easily the best thing about this card is his defense, his size, his player model, and his jump shot is not great, but it's also not like horrible. It's not a good jump shot by any means, but I don't think it's like some unusable jump shot. And he does have an 87.3 with some gold shooting badges. If you wanted to give him like limitless, probably not going to be taking limitless threes or Roy Hibbert's, but you could definitely give him like shifty shooter in case you have to take a fade, but not really sure it's going to matter too much. Number 9 is going to be Dark Matter D-Rob, and this card can be sometimes really good. I feel like I'm very iffy on this card. I have him on the no money spent, and when I use him sometimes I think, man, this is a really good center card. He's very good, but there's also sometimes because of that jump shot, I get a bad load up animation or he just completely misses the jump shot, and I'm like, yeah, he's just not a good center card. So I'm very iffy on Dark Matter D-Rob. His defense is super valuable. 99 block, 99 interior defense, really good physical stats. Like to have your center with 96 speed, 96 agility, right? Even good speed with ball to 93. I find this card is actually really good at getting downhill. He feels a lot faster than a lot of center cards in this game. And if I'm being honest, I like running Dark Matter D-Rob at the center position more than I do power forward. I run him at power forward on the no money spent, but if I could choose to run this card at one position, I would definitely choose to run him at the center position, because I just think at power forward, because of his jump shot not being that great, you're kind of put into more opportunities where you have to shoot with your power forward. At least just the way that I play the game offensively, I feel like my power forward takes more threes than my center card, unless I'm using a center that I know can shoot like a Victor Wembanyama really well. The Dark Matter D-Rob I like at the center position. I just feel like because of his jump shot, he's going to be a lot lower on this list at number 9. Now getting into the top 8 here, we got Dark Matter Chet, and number 7 we do have Dark Matter Sar. Because of the fact that I think, yes, they're better at the power forward position. These are two cards that if you have them on your team and you have another center to put next to them, like a Victor Wembanyama and some other centers we'll talk about, you probably want to put these cards at power forward, just because I feel like they could be more effective there with their defense, and having good jump shots. But I feel like if you have to run these cards at center, I do believe they're still really elite center cards. We got Dark Matter Chet, like I said, at number 8. He's a really good defender, 98 block, 97 interior defense, 7'1" with a 7'6" wingspan. I know Chet doesn't have the strength and he doesn't have a good player model, but he gets really good defensive animations. He can hold his own against some top tier centers that you would probably be surprised that Chet gets paint stops on. He plays extremely good defense on the interior, and so does Alex Sar. I mean, he's also 7'1", can play center power forward, 7'4" wingspan, another just elite level defensive card, 95 interior defense, 98 block, only missing glove, on-ball medicine, pick dodger when it does come to the Hall of Fame defensive badges. Really good rebounder, and I like his jump shot just that little bit more compared to Dark Matter Chet. That's why I would give the slight edge to Sar, but I do think these cards are very similar at the center and power forward position. Now number 6 is going to be Dark Matter Rudy Gobert. Barely just going to miss out into the top 5, and I feel like him and number 5 is a very close comparison. Rudy Gobert is completely free. You're able to get this card from the NBA playoff spotlight sims. Maybe I shouldn't say completely free, because you might have to buy cards to obviously get this card. You have to have like 10 Timberwolves on your team and other cards to be able to do these challenges. So yes, he might not be like completely free for everybody, but he's a card that's not going to cost you much MT and is really good at the center position. 7'1" with a 7'8" wingspan. The way that I look at it, he is pretty much Kareem, but with a slightly worse jump shot. You might like his jump shot more. It definitely comes down to preference. I could see somebody liking his jump shot more than Kareem's, but his defense is extremely good. I mean, a lot of these centers in the game, we haven't gotten to the end game stage for like the lower tier centers, because right now the best centers in the game like Kareem, Wemby, even Yao to an extent, they can do everything on the floor, right? They can shoot the ball, they can 3-hunt, they can dribble, right? They're these like end game cards, but we haven't got to the point in my team. This happens probably like late June, early July, where it's just every card in the game can do literally everything. Your center has the best jump shot. Your center can also move like, you know, Steve Francis size up, Garland dribble style. You know, he has the best sigs. We haven't got to that stage yet in my team. I don't really like that stage in my team. I like how like I run a center in Rudy Gobert, for example. I run a center in D-Rob. I run a center in, you know, number 5 DeAndre Ayton. I like to have these center cards where, yes, they're not great offensively in the sense that they're not going to be dribbling like crazy. They're not going to be having this overpowered jump shot to the most extent. Obviously, Wemby does have a really good jumper, but it's just I like the fact that these center cards aren't some crazy overpowered offensive cards. But we do have DeAndre Ayton at number 5 for the only reason that I think he has a slightly better jump shot. Maybe not slightly. I think he's got a better jump shot than Rudy Gobert. Not by like a ton, but I do think it's a better jump shot. He's about the same defensively. I would probably give the slight edge to Rudy, but I do like that DeAndre Ayton has the +3 speed over Rudy Gobert. I think speed is extremely valuable at the center position. It's probably one of the most important stats because they're all great defensively. If you look at all of the centers on this list, all of them are going to have like just ridiculously good defensive stats, and they're all very good defensive cards. For example, at number 4, another Kareem, just unbelievable defensive card, 98 interior defense, 95 perimeter, 95 steal, 98 block. But the thing I've noticed about Kareem, now that I've been using him a little bit more, I've just seen people use him more, he is ridiculous on the offensive glass. He gets really good rebounding animations when it comes to offensive rebounds. His defense is insanely good. He plays well and above maybe how he looks on paper, but he looks already really good on paper. But this Kareem card, he is still exceptionally good. I know he came out over 2 months ago, but this card is still exceptionally good at the center position. Yes, the low 3 ball and maybe not the greatest of jump shots, but I do like the jumper a little bit more compared to DeAndre Ayton, a little bit more compared to Rudy Gobert, and I think he does everything else defensively, rebounding the basketball wise, and also has more speed than those cards. So I do think Kareem is overall the 4th best obtainable center in this game. Now, getting into the top 3, I am going to put Pink Diamond Wemby over Kareem. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch and some people wouldn't do that, but for me, Wembanyama, because of his jump shot being so overpowered and very uncontestable, not even very uncontestable, like it is an uncontestable jump shot. You cannot contest it unless you jump right in Wemby's face with a tall card. I understand he's slow. I understand his agility, his speed, his vertical, and his strength are not good. It's a huge flaw in this card, but I do think his offensive ability compared to pretty much every other center on this list does make a huge difference. He's the only center card where he has like a really good jump shot that he can score the ball at a very high level. I still love his Galaxy Opal. I still love his Pink Diamond card. I feel like he's one of the best obtainable center cards in this game. Now getting into the top 2, I am recording this video before Artist Gilmore actually drops in game, but if you just take a look at Artist Gilmore, he seems like Kareem, but with a better jump shot. That's the way that I'm looking at it. I do think he's pretty much Kareem when it comes to everything besides the speed. Speed's obviously a lot faster when it comes to Kareem, but they have like the same 3-ball rating. I think he's got a much better jump shot, but another really good defensive card. He's 7'2", 7'6" wingspan. Kareem is 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan. So I think he's going to be Kareem with a better jump shot and going to be about the same defensively. Maybe not as fast, like I said. He's going to be 10 speed lower, which does matter quite a bit. But I think he's probably the best obtainable center in this game. I did test out his jump shot before he came out. You're able to go into like maybe I should make a video on this because it's actually a really cool way to test out cards before they actually drop on 2K. You can basically customize your own roster. You can change any player. Like I took Jakob Portal on the Raptors and I changed him pretty much into Artist Gilmore. I gave him the same jump shot, the Jared Vanderbilt base, Taj Gibson upper on very quick timing, right? I gave him a 77-3. I gave him the badges. I don't think I gave him the badges because he doesn't really have any that matter. And I went into a freestyle and I shot around with this card. Not actually Artist Gilmore, his Dark Matter, but I was able to shoot around with the same jump shot. And I think it's a better jump shot than Mark Eden's. I do think it's slightly better in my personal opinion. I like it more than Kareem's. I like it more than DeAndre Ayton's. I like it more than Rudy Gobert. And I think mostly when it comes to these big defensive centers, it just comes down to whose jump shot do you prefer the most. And if I prefer Artist Gilmore's jump shot the most, that's why I think he's the best obtainable center. Now again, I am recording this video and posting it before he drops. If he's going to be more expensive than 350k, I don't see that happening, especially like after today. He might be like 300k at the most. I don't think he'll be more expensive. If he's like 500k, 600k, then we cannot include him in this top 10. But I did want to include him because I was planning on making this video today and posting it obviously in the morning. So I do want to include him in this top 10. But if he does end up being extremely expensive and way more than 500k or 400k, then yes, we can take him off the list, and Mark Eden would be number 1, because Mark Eden is exceptionally good. 7'4" at center, 7'8" wingspan, also doesn't have that great speed. I think him and Artis Gilmore are very close in ranking. Again, I just like Artis Gilmore's jump shot more as a personal preference, and he also does have the Pro 2 fade and better dribble sigs, which I think can be somewhat useful if you need to attack a closeout. Like, he's actually got not bad sigs and the Pro 2 fade. So in my opinion, guys, these are going to be the top 10 best obtainable center cards currently in the game. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.